about the motion picture film Twisters.
Why didn't they drop the motion picture Twisters during tornado season? Because now we have 2 tornado seasons because of climate change.
There's a reason for that, Kim, and I think it is actually... we can... By the way, welcome to Listen to Player 2. It's a video game review show. My name's JoJo, and I'm your player 1.
My name is Jeff, and I'm your player 1?
And my name is Kim, and I am your player 1.
Twisters watch. It's seamless.
Was the marketing for Twisters at any point, did they say it's tornado season? And then would that be an issue for people who do live in areas where it is tornado season?
I have literally no idea what the marketing was for Twisters. I do not know. My experience, we gotta talk a little bit about Twisters.
It's got Glenn Powell in it, who's this guy who I didn't know existed until recently, and now this motherfucker's everywhere.
That's how it goes when you learn about people and words. Also, do you ever learn a new word and suddenly everybody's using that new word?
Yes.
Oh, you knew who Glenn Powell was.
Was it, you talk about bird, Kim?
Glenn Powell?
No, the word.
No, not the word bird.
But bird is the
God
word.
damn it, Jeff.
You dumb Kim. You walked right into
I
that
did.
trap.
I sauntered into bird is the word.
You're as dead as everyone who got killed by Twisters in Twisters.
That was the alternate up dog that you got with right there.
God,
Yeah,
that was
your up
terrible.
dog. Yeah.
I
Idiot.
saw that coming a mile away, which
I didn't.
actually brings us into...
Twisters?
Okay. Do y'all remember Twister?
I love Twister.
It was the first time they used CGI in a movie.
Yes, and that CGI has held up because, and this is not a lot of people know this, Twisters are notoriously low poly and blurry because it's wind blowing shit around.
Yeah.
So
you're not supposed to be able to see it clearly.
You're not
in
seeing
general.
it. Seeing it clearly is not seeing it clearly. And here's the best part. That factors in very heavily to the plot of this film. The fact that the CG for Twisters is not very good.
But they could have just superimposed the previous Twister movie CGI onto this one. It would have been fine.
Saved him a couple mil.
Here's the movie. And this is also something that I think, and I have not seen the original Twister in a very long time. I do not think there is any connection between this movie and Twister other than the fact that it is tornadoes. So Daisy Edgar Jones is the main character.
It sounds like a fake name. It sounds like a fake name.
That sounds like it. But go on.
She plays Kate in Twisters. Kate is she's basically, I don't know how else to say this. She's like a weather Jedi. Like,
okay, so she knows when they're coming.
She knows when the Twisters she knows when the Twisters are coming, kind of like a witch when it's like there's a bad wind blowing.
But you can also kind of feel when Twisters are coming.
Yeah, but she's good at it in a way that people take note of.
Okay.
That was the main character. Bill Paxton's character in Twister had the same sort of sense.
He had a sixth sense, a Twister sense, as it were.
Yeah. You gotta have. Here's the thing: is I haven't watched the movie. I'm sure you'll tell us more, but I would hope that they would have like 120 extras just so they have people to kill off in the Twisters.
Yeah. So let me tell you a little bit about how these Twisters work. The movie starts off. Daisy Edgar Jones and Anthony Ramos. They are graduate students studying weather, and the plan is Daisy Edgar Jones has a bunch of barrels filled with sand. And her plan is, if the tornado sucks up the sand, it'll shut off. That is
like a human body. Like if I eat too much sand,
basically imagine if you ate 5 oil barrels filled with Fun Dip, you would stop. Doesn't matter what you're doing, you will stop if that happens.
Does it work?
No, it does not work. She goes with her friends. She goes with her 3 friends. One is her boyfriend. A lady who is very like not like other girl, and a gentleman who was struck by lightning. So they give us a lot of flavor for her friends, and they seem like, oh, these are like the main characters of a movie. And then all of them are killed by a tornado.
Oh no, everybody?
Yeah, all of them. They were all killed by a tornado that she thought was...
They were killed by a tornado, not a Twister.
I am sorry, I will retract my previous statement. They were all killed by a Twister. They were not killed by a tornado.
Okay.
I retract my previous statement. I'm very sorry. to all
Oh,
those
gosh.
involved in being
Well,
killed
now
by
we can't
tornadoes.
release this one. Jeez.
So they're all killed by a twister.
By the way, did you say spoiler alert?
No.
Somebody add that.
Here's what happens in Twisters, because after this, Daisy Edgar Jones, she moves away. 5 years pass. Anthony Ramos comes back and says, Daisy, I got a plan.
More sand.
Twisters are notoriously hard to understand. So I have these really good cameras that are going to create very high resolution 3D models of twisters.
From the inside, just like the first one?
No, from the outside. They have a bunch of fucking 3D cameras that they set up around the... The whole plot of this is basically saying, what if we can make the twisters look really good in CG?
Do they have, is it all just like key lights outside?
Yeah.
Are they set up? They got 360 going
Exactly.
around?
It's like they're setting up a fucking, what is it? Like a ASMR microphone, but for visuals, or a VR headset.
I mean, but the twister has to
Cameras.
stand still, which is the hardest part, really. It's just like,
Right,
they don't move.
It's got to let you get it at all angles.
It's like if they have to. It's like they have to film a pornographic scene, but instead of putting the big bubble helmet on the dude, they put the big bubble helmet on the twister.
Oh, is that? I've never seen from the other side of VR porn. Am I wearing a bubble helmet when I'm that guy?
But hey, let's cut that out then. Let's cut that from the show too.
Other side VR.
I always wonder, just like, where's the camera at? I'm this guy.
Oh dear. Oh, it doesn't want me to look at these, and my computer's a virgin, so I'm going to close that window.
Anthony Ramos as Daisy Edgar Jones, come with me back to Oklahoma so we can,
Let's twist again, like we did last
let's,
summer.
Let's do the twist. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Let's do the twisters. Glenn Powell is a YouTube star.
Kim liked that a lot.
Glenn Powell is a YouTube star, quote unquote, and he's on YouTube. He's not on TikTok, which I thought did not ring true. Who his whole thing is he has a big truck and he drives it into twisters.
Just like in the movie Twister.
The same, a different truck every time, I'm assuming.
Same truck, and this truck is like the Millennium Falcon of trucks because it has all these fucking gadgets in it. He's like the fucking truck Batmobile. It's pretty great. You're gonna see a lot of trucks like it in the near future. Here is every sequence in this film. Daisy Edgar Jones, sometimes with Glenn Powell and sometimes with Anthony Ramos, they look at a cloud and they go, that might be a twister. Does that look like a twister? Does that cloud look like it's going to be a twister? And everyone's like, yeah, it does look like it's going to be a twister, Daisy Edgar Jones. That's a good instinct. And then Daisy Edgar Jones goes, that seems very dangerous that there's a twister. There's a twister right over there. We should be very careful because that cloud's going to be a twister. Then they all get in their car and they drive over to the cloud where the twister is.
Yeah, you're twister chasers.
It's when they sneak up to you, it's dangerous.
Let's be clear. Daisy Edgar Jones and Anthony Ramos and Glenn Powell are all like, twisters are fucking dangerous. And we all know it because we've all lost someone or been grievously harmed by twisters. We know how bad they are. And yet, every single time, without fail, they go, we gotta go look at these fucking twisters because of how scary they are. And then they drive up to the cloud, and sure enough, it becomes a twister.
Oh, wait. Daisy's really good at checking if these are going to become twisters. I'm
she
hooked.
knew.
Daisy says, God damn, I can't believe I was right again. That's the twister, all right. It's very scary, this twister. And Anthony Ramos and Glenn Powell, sometimes both of them, but usually one of them is like, you were right, Daisy. That's a very scary twister. I'm terrified of it. And then what they do is they drive even further into the... Like, every scene is them going, fuck, this thing is dangerous. Let's drive into it more. Let's drive closer. And there's always a point also where they're like, man, this is incredibly dangerous, this thing we've done. We've gone into a twister that is very scary and very dangerous. Let's drive a little closer to really see and feel the fear and feel the danger. The only scene of failure in the movie, the only scene of Daisy Edgar Jones's failure in this film is when she goes, you know what? I kind of want to drive away from the twister. And Anthony Ramos is going, what are you doing? Why are you driving away? This twister is so dangerous. That's the only time she fails in this movie. Every other time, success is go into a twister as far and as dangerously as possible. I don't know what lesson I'm supposed to learn from this film.
Aren't they supposed to get close so they can observe and use the things to take photos of it?
Right?
Isn't that the whole point?
Because Glenn Powell's whole thing is he drives his truck into a twister and shoots fucking fireworks in it, which, by the way, kicks ass every single time.
Really? That sounds amazing.
I want to see that in theaters. Yeah.
But they couple this every single time with scenes of towns being completely destroyed by twisters because, as we've established, twisters are super fucking dangerous.
Wait. I have a question for both of you. All right, you're at a twister. If for some reason, just imagine that we're playing Minecraft, but we're in that like observation mode where like we can fly around and do whatever. If you could throw anything in a twister to see what would happen because it might be cool, what would you throw in a twister?
Glitter?
Glitter would be cool.
Glitter's
Maybe a lot
good.
of glitter.
Well, you didn't tell me I had a limit on the amount of shit I could throw in.
No, I mean, you get enough that you want to see this.
Can I throw my anxiety in it?
That's
oh,
no,
man,
the
that would
twister's
go
not big enough.
everywhere.
Really? It's an EF5.
Not for your anxiety.
A twister already kind of is like a physical embodiment of anxiety. It seems like, you know,
Yeah,
like
because it's completely out of control, and also you did definitely see it coming, and rather than do anything to avoid it, you walked right.
You went to it. You drove your truck into the anxiety.
You could not resist. So the end of the movie, the last twister they run into, hits an oil refinery. And I think they have this in the trailer. It hits an oil refinery and it sets on fire, which is ridiculous because it's also wet in there and windy, which are things traditionally a fire does not like. The end of the movie, they have to hide with a town of people in a building because the twister's coming to town and there's nowhere to hide from the twister. So they hide in a
meat packing barn.
No.
That would be good. Okay, so
Damn
they
it.
hide in.
Because that happens in the original.
I'm gonna assume it's some sort of pillow factory.
No. They hide in a movie theater.
Oh, that's cool. That's
Now,
meta.
here's the fucked up part. This is the part I actually really...
Why would you go in a movie theater? It's like made of cardboard.
I know. They have a point when they say, this building was not built to withstand a twister. It's like, yeah, no shit. You just went in here because it's exciting.
Which buildings are meant to withstand a twister?
Like storm shelters.
Storm shelters,
There
Jeff.
were none of them.
Have they thought about, what if they made a building made of twisters?
They tried that, and it did work. But it was prohibitively expensive. Now, they go into this movie theater, and for me, there is one thing that they needed to do in this movie to make it a perfect film that they failed to do.
They were going to show the first Twister movie on the screen.
They were going to show the first Twister film on the screen because, and this is very important about not just this movie, but every movie, movies take place...
I feel like I'm going to go learn something really important here.
Movies take place in a universe where where the movie doesn't exist, or the prequel doesn't exist.
You know, when he wanted to talk about twisters, Kim, I didn't know that he was literally going to recite the entire plot of the movie. What does the sound as a twister make? Kim, have you been
It
near
sounds
a
like a
twister?
train.
Really?
Yeah,
That's
it's really
horrifying.
scary.
That is awful.
It is really scary. It sounds like a train. It'll be like a bright, hot day, and then suddenly it gets pitch black out, and the temperature drops like 30 degrees. And it might pour rain, it might not, but that's when you know that you need to get inside.
That's when you go inside of a movie theater at that point.
I have a storm shelter in our basement with an air horn, helmets, horse blankets to cover ourselves up, water, food. So if the house gets...
But you're not horses. You're not allowed to use those.
Oh, shit.
You're not supposed to use those.
You should get a
Kim.
human blanket.
Yeah, have you
Yeah.
thought about that? Yeah.
I don't know
No,
why.
it's a horse. It's made out of horse. I'm
Made
sorry,
out.
I forgot.
Okay,
Yeah.
now we're talking.
So I feel like horse blankets don't get eaten by bugs. And I feel like if we had human blankets, they'd get eaten by bugs.
It's weird that you think that.
Why are all your blankets getting eaten by bugs? Kim?
Yeah,
They're
Because I
fine.
live in the South and bugs eat things.
It's true.
We just had like a real maggot problem at my house.
I don't. Oh, Jesus, Kim.
Yikes.
His name is Pip. First of all, you should stop calling him.
Yeah,
that.
that's your son.
No, he's a gem. He's a beautiful, wonderful
He
soul.
keeps eating blankets, Kim.
Yeah,
It's not
Kim.
right.
Unbelievable.
Joe, how does Twisters end?
Twisters end with Daisy Edgar Jones. Now, this is a spoiler.
Was there something playing on the theater
Yes,
screen?
there was.
Was it Twister?
No. And
Fuck.
that's actually the part of this that I
It's the
feel
worst
like
part of the movie.
Yeah, why isn't that here? Because
That's a layup. That's easy.
the movie Twister is not. They basically are like, there's no way that the movie Twister is in the universe of Twisters.
But the people in the movie Twisters don't know that they're in a movie called Twisters. It's okay to put another movie called Twister in there. They should have, if they didn't do the Twister movie, did they do The Shining?
No, they did.
Okay, that would have been the other easy layup because that's what was playing on the screen in the first movie when that theater got ripped up.
That would have been a fun callback. Instead, they did Frankenstein.
What?
All right, wrap it up, Joe. We got to get to the video game at some point.
Go watch Twisters. It's a good movie. This is a video game review show, as you can no doubt tell from our deep talk about Twisters.
Can't wait for the video game Twisters. What would that
I can't
be
wait
like?
for Twisters, the video game. And on this
show, a game where you play a Twister. You get to like tear up buildings. That probably is really triggering for a lot of people, actually. Maybe.
Yeah, Jeff, and
in 1997, Twisters, an action-adventure video game based on the 1996 movie of the same name, was developed by Traveler's Tales and published on Nintendo 64.
I did pivot to the show. Just so we're clear, I did say, hey, let's do our show now. And then you took me back to the Twister.
Now, how does it feel? How does it feel?
I'm back in
You're
Oklahoma.
not the only one that gets to railroad this frickin' show.
On this show, we look at video games that are recently released with the express purpose of determining whether or not they are worth playing. It is the great curse that we have been stricken with that is preventing us from reaching our eternal afterlife.
It's what we have to do instead of jail time.
The only way that we are able to determine if a game is worth playing, however, is by looking at reviews, but not from professional reviewers.
Oh, hell no.
We look at reviews from the players, too. Number for the gamers. Number from the gamers. And the game we are looking at today is Black Myth Wukong.
Oh, I've heard some things about this.
Have you?
I have.
All right.
Gene Park did a story, but I didn't read it because it wanted me to go through a paywall.
And you just couldn't be bothered to pay Gene Park for his work. You want Gene Park to starve.
I don't want Gene Park to starve.
I don't think Gene Park's going to starve, Jeff.
Gene Park has a child, Jeff. You took money out of his child's mouth.
Gene Park has a cat, which is...
Why did he have money in his mouth? Always take money out of a kid's mouth.
Yeah. Unless if the money, there's like, you put a quarter in there and he spits out $1. It's some sort of exchange rate.
That's a weird child. Okay, so Black Myth Wukong
was released full version on August 19th, 2024, developed and published by Game Science.
That sounds like a fake company.
Yeah, Game
Doesn't
Science.
seem real.
Game Science has created such notable games as Black Myth Wukong Benchmark Tool and Black Myth Wukong Deluxe Edition Upgrade. So it's nice
I'm glad they're finally doing something different. I'm glad they finally broke away from the mold.
No, they have one other thing called Art of War Red Tides, which was released in 2016 and was not worth talking about and is actually, it's still in early access, so I don't know what to tell you. Black Myth Wukong, here's the description of the game from the creators themselves. Black Myth Wukong is an action RPG rooted in Chinese mythology. You set out as the destined one to venture into the challenges and marvels ahead to uncover the obscured truth beneath the veil of a glorious legend from the past.
I love The Matrix.
Yeah, I kind of forgot the start of the sentence by the time I reached the end of it.
Because it was all just generic whatever.
Yeah.
So these game developers are not particularly well known. I don't know if people caught on to our sarcasm, but on release, the game reached almost 1 million concurrent players on Steam. Within hours, increased to 2.2 million, the second highest of all time, surpassing single-player games such as Elden Ring and Cyberpunk 77.
I think this game's been in the hopper for a long time, from what I understand.
It was released on August 19th, 2024, and yeah, as of right now, enjoys 209,968 overwhelmingly positive reviews on Steam. This is a certified banger. The blender for this one, it's like if Sekiro Shadows Died Twice was mixed with Crash Bandicoot.
Oh,
I love
fuck.
that. Well, Crash Bandicoot is harder than Sekiro Shadows Dies Twice.
You're a monkey gentleman, and it's an action RPG in the style in the style of Dark Souls, like all games now.
Everything's a Souls.
Everything's a Souls. My life is a Souls-like.
Yeah, I die and things get harder.
Okay, guys, I realize that we have been doing this for almost no time at all, but I need to go pee. Talk amongst yourselves. Give me 2 minutes. I'll be right back.
Okay.
While Kim is going pee, Jeff, I will regale you with some other more critical information. This game is available.
I thought you were going to talk more about Twisters, and I was going to be like, please Christ.
You want to hear more about Hey, you want to hear some more about
don't.
Twisters?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Because I got more to say about Twisters.
Maybe a little bit. I don't know. Maybe a taste.
I got a little bit to say about it. Black Myth Wukong is available for $59.99 on Steam. $69.99 is the digital deluxe edition. It is also available on PS5, Xbox Series X, GeForce Now.
GeForce later?
No.
Okay, but
GeForce
right now?
GeForce
right
Now.
GeForce Now.
No,
right now.
no, GeForce Now. It is also not available on Game Pass. You are not playing this one unless you give this company money.
All right, let's read a review.
How did you pee so fast?
Yeah, how did you pee so fast?
Yeah, I didn't talk for that long. Did you?
Did you go out the window?
Did you finish mid? Were you finishing and starting mid stride?
No, I just pee very quickly. I also went and got a beer.
Oh wow, that was pretty quick.
Kim's body is set to like the big spray, the jet stream.
All right, from Google user Johnny R. This is probably the only real review you'll see. Everyone is definitely hyping this game up. It's really mid/boring NGL, which Kim stands for not gonna lie.
Not gonna lie. I would never lie.
Never.
I'm not gonna do it.
It has the fighting mechanics of a Spider-Man game and boss kind of like an Elden Rings / God of War. First of all, this sounds...
And those are boring, it sounds
like a fucking awesome
This
game.
sounds like a rad-ass game.
That sounds like kicks ass. I like all of those words.
To swing around New York and then kill Radon, that's amazing.
Yeah.
With that being said, all you do is spam your dodge like 20 times, then hit them after they spam moves. I don't know if they know what spam means.
It's that tasty meat product.
I do love that. It's really repetitive. The cinematic are really good and entertaining, though. Period. This game sounds amazing based on this review.
Okay, I have never thought about it until this moment. This question that I'm going to ask you two, the co-hosts on the show and collaborators and friends. Why is spam called spam?
Is there a reason the spam is called spam?
I know that spam, the meat product, is an acronym.
Oh, okay. So we're talking about spam like email spam?
I think it's because it's like a hot dog. It's like all the extra shit you don't want.
Like a what, Kim?
A hot dog?
I don't actually think that makes any sense at all because spam is always about volume and not consistency or context or what's in it.
Spam the food is not the same word because, it is the same word, but it's...
Spam email, often referred to as junk mail. The name comes from a Monty Python sketch in which the name of the canned pork product Spam is ubiquitous, unavoidable, and repetitive.
Well,
I'm sorry, that's the joke?
They just chant spam, 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 spam. And apparently it became synonymous with being annoyed by messages.
That's a weak origin story.
Weak.
I don't...
Kim, that's weak.
I don't make the rules, man.
We should have a better name for this.
Yeah.
What would be a better name for spam?
Spam's pretty good. You mean like spam is an email spam, right?
No, not spam the meat, spam the email.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Spam the
saying. So
email.
spam the email.
Well, how about okay, now here's what's fun is we don't have cameras on, but all three of us just looked around our desks.
Yeah, I did.
What about
was there?
Could we call it harassment?
There's not a lot of fun there.
Yeah.
Is there a short term? What's a cutesy term for harassment? What's a cute term
Cute.
for
Says a psychopath
harassment?
trying to Google a way to gaslight their girlfriend.
Teasing, irritation, hassle,
Teases.
Teasing
provocation,
is good.
gall. You could call it gall.
Galls.
The gall. Ooh, I got galled today. A lot of galls.
Email is full of gall.
Yeah. The gall of this person to send me this gall.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I think that's good.
It's hard on the tongue. It's hard to say gall.
Gall, it's the AU kind of sound.
I'd like to have it removed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would as well.
We could do it like the classic G sound, like they spell jail, Gaol. We could pronounce it sort of like jawl.
Jawl mail. Jawl mail. I got a bunch of jail mail. Jail mail?
Jail mail.
Jail mail.
Jail mail's good because I imprison it the moment it gets here.
All right, that was a good review. Kim, I dropped one in chat that you can read if you'd like. The formatting is not great though. You're gonna have to work on figuring out what it's.
Cheese and crackers.
Holy moly!
All right, here we go. So who is Ryan Harp?
He's a Google user.
All right, Google user. All right.
Who is Ryan Harp?
This is the scary thing when I picked Google users because I was like, Steam is always so samey. What's Google got going on?
Google user Ryan Harp says, asterisk, asterisk, all capital letters, update, asterisk, asterisk, if you can imagine. After first hour, this game is hot trash.
Ooh.
It's a linear NPC and capital B boss rush with barely to no dialogue or storyline. You get stuck in corners and can't see anything. I'm constantly panning the camera to see what's ahead, and it's incredibly boring not to have an adventure in a game and only go from fight to fight. I will say, I get really annoyed when I get stuck in corners in games.
I've never been put in a corner and been happy about it.
I'm being completely serious. Like, this happens in Fallout sometimes where you get sort of like wedged in a corner and you have to like jump and like go in and out of your map to get like to wedge yourself out. It's really fucking annoying. Anyway.
Yeah, but it's kind of comfy. You ever like wedge yourself in something though? And it's kind of like comforting. You're like,
Michael Jeffrey, this is not about you.
It's not.
This game is an embarrassment, and I'm ashamed to have fallen for the hype. It plays nothing like God of War or Ghost of Tsushima. Or has I really wanted it to be Tsunami, and I got really.
It would have been funner, right?
I got tripped up when it wasn't. Okay. And the story to keep you interested. Okay, so it doesn't have a story. You literally run in a straight line and fight a boss, and then another boss, and then another boss, and then another boss. And I promise I tried to give it a shot, but it's incredibly boring, and it plays choppy. It needs so much to make it playable. First hour on the game, PS5.
What does that mean?
It plays choppy. It's like
it needs so much to make it play. Like, what is he talking about?
Well, think about Fallout 76 and the amount of work that they had to do into that game to make people like it.
You got to make a lot of what's the word I can't think of? Or like you have a lot of forgiving, a lot of allowances.
Concessions.
Yeah, concessions. There you go.
Okay, so likes after the first hour of this game on PS5, just pointing out that he has a PS5. Okay, Ryan, we get it.
Yeah, you're rich. Like me.
Likes the map and character design.
What a weird thing to care about.
What a weird first thing to say you like. I like the map.
I like the map. Also, he said that there's no story.
Just say nothing. You don't like anything. Stick to your convictions.
All right. I don't want to pull this guy apart here, but he said that there is no story. He says that the thing that he likes the most about it, story and concept.
After map, story.
Map and character design, I like story, and I like
the concept of video games just as a thing.
Wait, you both sit on your hands right now because you have not gotten to dislikes. Do you want to guess what? No, I'm not going to let you guess. Dislikes, no map.
Wait a minute.
This is a real Schrodinger's game.
Hey everyone, I copied this shit down. Did it really say that he likes the map and also not the map?
Yeah.
I just copied it over.
Likes.
So wait, every time he turns it on, sometimes there's a map and sometimes there's no map, but he won't know until he tries to play it.
I'm being too choppy here. I really need to keep it so that like people who are listening can understand what I just said. I'm going to repeat myself. First hour of game. Likes, map, and character design. Story, concept. Dislikes, no map. Not open world. Fighting feels too light, like I'm hitting people with a Q-tip.
That's adorable.
That's cute.
You're like a little mouse?
Oh.
You're a little mouse guy?
Loading times, that is something that gets my goat.
Yeah.
Camera angle doesn't allow you to get the full feel of the game. Like there's some extra feel that he's not getting.
You can't really feel it.
He just like there's something else out there.
Is the camera in?
I don't know. Only what's down in front of you. I'm constantly panning up to see what's ahead.
Well, there's your problem. You can't see what's ahead of you by looking up. Like, you have to look forward and go
He's
there.
in a corner. He can't get out. He keeps looking up. There's nothing there. There's no map. He likes the map.
I don't think it garners the hype that preceded it. If anything, my review stars will likely go down rather than up.
Is that what they do?
We'll update the review after I play more through, but if it's boss fight after boss fight, I'm reading in the other reviews. This
Jesus
game
Christ.
will be incredibly boring for me, and that sucks.
I don't think they played it.
Well, no, they basically said that in the first hour there was no map, but also there was a map, and they were very weak in the first hour. Which
And they also said that previously they said they went from boss to boss to boss to boss to boss.
Historically, even open world games aren't open until after an hour.
Yeah, and also, but he says at the end, if this game is boss fight after boss fight, which earlier in the game in the review you said it was, and then he says if it's boss fight after boss fight, as I'm reading in other reviews,
Yeah.
this game will be incredibly boring. So it went from these are things they experienced and it is boring to if these things are true.
Yeah, it sounds like this guy didn't really because like how can you say that there's no story and you hate it, but the thing that you liked the most about it was the story. You also like the maps, except you didn't like that there were no map.
I wouldn't be surprised if this person played an hour or the demo or whatever and then wrote their review around other stuff they read. It sounds just like
they're trying to hop into they're trying to be part of the choir.
They want to be part of the zeitgeist. What's the game called again?
Wu-Tang Clan.
Wu-Tang Clan zeitgeist. I really want to be a part of that too.
Yeah.
That'd be a good album name for Wu-Tang Clan.
The Zeitgeist?
No, the name of this game, Wukong.
Oh.
That was good.
That's a very good review. It tells me a lot. And also tells me nothing. Interesting.
It doesn't just tell you nothing. It tells you contradicting things.
Yeah.
It tells you less than nothing.
This is a real Jekyll and Hyde situation.
Yeah.
Because Jekyll was often like, I like maps. And then Hyde was like,
there are no maps. I'm Mr. Hyde.
You swapped personalities mid-review.
I
It's hard
cashed
to
your
do.
social security check.
My name is Jekyll, and I don't understand open world games.
All right.
All right, Jeff, give me another one.
Do you want another
you
review?
read another one.
Well, wait a minute.
Okay.
But do we have to? Is it time to do like the main feature of the episode? You guys got like a hen time?
We're going to do one soon, but I don't think we had anything prepared. Plus, it's already 53 minutes into this episode.
Yeah, dude, come on. Look, I'll tease you later, but we are absolutely going to start recording Hen Time of Our Lives again.
Yeah.
And I'm really looking forward to it. And every single game that Jeff sent me was fucking fire.
You gotta pick one, homie.
Yeah.
Okay, I have picked one. I have picked one, and I will send you
Then
the
you
one
need
that
to
I
share
want.
that information with me, the person who will set it up. All right, so just to tease everybody, you're gonna come soon. You guys are gonna come so hard.
You guys are going to come so hard. Are you like, man, I haven't come to watching Kim and Jeff play video games recently?
Yeah, especially. I can't wait to see their fucking floating heads next to some weird, awkward, erotic
Just
shit.
legs sticking out. Oh my goodness. I can't believe it.
Do you want a thing? Do you want a main thing? A main bit? Because I got one.
No.
How long is it?
Joe, we're telling you that we don't have time for a main bit. We talked about Twisters for 36 hours.
Look, somebody chose Twisters over bits today.
I did choose Twisters over jokes.
Yeah.
And guess what?
Yeah.
I was right.
You were right. So save your bit, shelf your bit. It's fine. Look, because I wanted to talk about those billionaires that died on the yacht, but I left it alone.
Look, all I'm saying is that when this comes out, it'll be our shortest episode because all that Twister shit going away.
Fuck you.
Snip, snip, snip.
I'll be so. If you do that and then don't let me do this Lollipop Chainsaw thing, I will never forgive you. All right, let's get another review then.
All right, so this is from I don't know where this one is from. It just says Dan Thompson Bacteria.
That's gotta be Google.
I'm assuming Google. Okay, from Dan Thompson.
What?
Bacteria.
It's like bacteria
Stop
without the
doxing these
C.
people more than they've doxed. I feel bad actually saying their full Christian names.
It's on the fucking internet.
No, they gave their full. Oh, damn. Okay, yeah, but there's only one Dan Thompson Bacteria on the internet. But go on.
Yeah, well, it's this guy.
He seems nice.
Gonna make him famous. I love the first hour of the game. This person also just played the first hour. Apparently, no one got past it.
It came out on the 19th, so it makes sense.
I love the first hour of the game, and it got me so hyped. I thought to myself, this is gonna be how would they sound to themselves? What's their monologue?
He looks like Keanu Reeves. So give me a Keanu Reeves.
Something just like Elden Ring.
This is gonna be something just like Elden Ring, but no.
Oh, man.
Man, after that first hour, that was it. The game was the same. Not much to explore or to do. The gameplay is so repetitive. It just fight after fight and some bosses in the process. Wait, did the other guy read this guy's review?
Holy shit. I didn't even notice that.
And
Holy fuck.
Base their review off this. What got me so disappointed was the lack of detail.
I'm not talking.
Not talking. You think I'm talking about graphics?
Maybe.
Not.
Oh, shit.
I'm not
really?
talking about graphics. I'm talking about the map. I mean, you can craft your armor at the checkpoint. And you can buy stuff as well at the checkpoint. I mean, is it so hard to make a workbench somewhere in the map to give it more sense about crafting your armor? Or create a merchant to give it more sense of you buying stuff? They didn't even bother with that. To me, that's just lazy. So this person is calling gameplay mechanics that the developers just did not decide to use lazy.
I will say there's another way this goes. Go ahead, Kim.
Lazy.
There's another bit where this goes, I hate the fact that I can get to the checkpoint and then I gotta walk over to the guy to buy stuff and I gotta walk over to a different guy to sell stuff. I gotta go walk over to the bench. It sucks. Why couldn't they just put it in one place?
Yeah, I get that. That's not what they're saying.
No. But they were saying the inverse of that, and it's the same.
They were saying basically, I wish that I could do things other than where the game lets me do things.
I wish it was Starfield, is what they're saying. Please go on.
Okay, first of all, no one's saying that they wish things were Starfield. This game is all graphics and nothing else. I've been told that about myself, actually.
You are all graphics.
Yeah, I'm not. You're all map, Kim, or not enough.
Ooh,
there's so much that needs to be done in this game to make it more enjoyable that I can't believe all these years in the making this is what they came up with. I even gave up after I heard the game is only 35 hours long. The Last of Us Part 2 is longer than that, and they thought about every single detail possible to put in the game, which is why is why Joe, which is why is my favorite game.
That's why is my favorite game.
Last sentence, 5 words. Literally a full letdown.
If The Last of Us Part 2 is your favorite game, and I'm not saying that it's a bad game, but I am saying that if it is your favorite game, maybe talk to someone. That's a very sad, depressing, horrible game that makes you, it's made to make you, they have gone on record in saying this game's supposed to make you sad. So please don't have that as your favorite game. It shouldn't be anyone's favorite game. That's the point of it.
The fact that the other review mirrored so much of this one is a bit curious to me.
If you respell Dan Thompson Bacteria, it does spell I am whatever that other guy's name is.
I am Google user Ryan Harp.
Yeah.
You can't prove to me it doesn't.
Not without a pen and paper.
This game, I thought it was a partial letdown. It's literally a full letdown.
Full letdown.
Only 35 hours.
What a weird complaint.
Can I read one more review? Give me.
Are we done with this one? We really kind of just powered through it.
Oh, look, no, Joe, we didn't. We read this review already when Ryan Harp said it.
That's true. Okay, I actually didn't know that we were stuck in some kind of time loop.
Let me get you some other one, Kim. Let me get you one that's not that.
Now, if I swear to God, Jeff, if you tell me that there's no map and it's an hour and whatever, I'm gonna fucking blow my top.
This is Mrs. Brian Darp writing. from the Google review.
I would love to tell you where this game falls in my score, but I don't have a map to locate it. All right, Kim, I dropped one in there. This person seems fucking angry.
Whoa.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm ready. Okay, Google user Jackblade Ray. Jackblade Ray.
Yeah, it's a Tekken character, probably.
My name is Jackblade Ray. Jackblade.
Keep going.
For me, I don't listen to IGN, GameSpot, or Game Rant reviews and blindly agree with them. Is the new generation an authority of review should be us, not the gaming website.
Okay, Jackblade Ray. I don't know if you know what show you're on right now, but you are in good company, sir.
Black Myth Wukong is the most anticipated game for me, and certainly one of the most beautiful video game in all time. I like the smooth combat system and its fluidity gameplay.
You just have
It's so fucking wet playing this game. This game this game gets wet.
Some.
What, Kim?
I don't know if Kim kept talking.
Kim, are you there? Did we lose you?
She's Kim speaking at like decibels only dogs can hear currently.
Yeah.
Will not get picked up on mic.
Some hidden boss are quite fun and tough to beat.
Kim, you are cutting in and out. What is happening over there?
Yeah, what are you doing with your microphone right now? Just read the review normally, you fucking
learning
monster.
Curve for this game is quite decent and easy to get used to. The control and combo storyline for me is good enough.
And their standards are very high.
And I like each boss represents very Chinese art style among goblin type.
What? I'm a goblin type, actually.
Some part I like the hidden Chinese concept represent story of Monk and Wukong.
Okay.
These are female character like Spider-Woman and boss fight.
Kim, say that again, please.
Say what again?
That sentence.
That sentence.
Back at storyline for me is good enough, and I like each boss represent very Chinese art style among goblin type.
Keep going.
Some part I like the hidden Chinese concept represent story of Monk and Wukong. Clearly, there are female character like Spider-Woman and boss fight like Kang Jinstar. I feel disgusted towards Game Rant Review who simply give assumptions by saying no female character. Is like didn't play game at all.
Not like this person.
Not like, yeah, Madam Web did show up in here.
Two cons are only the frame rate. It has guard system for the game, but I understand. It followed Journey to the West. Other than that, there are more pros than cons. This game leave me happy and satisfied. It represents union of the game that all player can play and enjoy the game. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. 203 people found this helpful.
Here's the problem: is 203 people is much more than the amount that will listen to this episode.
Now we don't know that because unlike
why
this
do I
gentleman,
have to giggle so bad about Jackblade Ray?
Jackblade Ray has a lot of challenging opinions and is definitely a thought leader.
I'm tired of Game Rant saying no female. I've been saying it for years.
I love that the idea is like, I don't know why we blindly agree to IGN and GameSpot and Game Rant. I will tell you, it is because they are easy to read and understand.
Oh my gosh.
And
But
don't drive Kim to insanity.
Okay, I just want to say, my insane giggling had nothing to do with this person's clearly broken English.
Right. What was it about, Kim?
It was just about their
Jackblade
weird...
Ray.
Jackblade Ray! Jackblade Ray! And the person that I decided that Jackblade Ray was, and then he was I guess, were so passionate about the game, and they were so mad at the man for saying that the game wasn't good, even though when the game has been like universally said that it's loved and wonderful, but Jackblade is like, don't you fucking talk bad about my game! I love my game!
We've taken power back from from the GameSpots. We're taking power back from the IGNs.
That's right. The GameSpots of the world need to be stopped.
It is an interesting thing, especially on social media, how much gamers hate game journalists. They despise them so much. And I wonder why. I think, is it like a jealousy thing? I'm not too sure.
It is because the game journalists have opinions that are well articulated.
But you're saying that Jack Blade Ray's opinion that they like each boss represent very Chinese art style among goblin type is not as valid as whatever IGN is saying?
Wait. Somebody has already quoted Jack Blade Ray in their YouTube review of this game.
Oh no.
What?
Like positively, or like we're
it
doing?
Says,
How are you
see
talking
what players
about?
like Jack Blade Ray and somebody else have to say about this game.
Oh my God, Jack Blade Ray.
Are you serious right now? Someone has...
Somebody saw Jack Blade Ray's review and was like, well, look, Joe, 203 people found it helpful.
And you're telling me at least one of them was a content creator?
One of them was a content creator.
Now technically 4 of them.
Hey, no, we're not content creators. We're kind of iconoclasts in a lot of ways.
This is from Tech Pulse Review.
That sounds like a good site.
If you rearrange that, it spells out Dan Brian Batera.
If you rearrange that, it spells Jack Blade Ray. So.
Oh, wait, hold on. Wait, this is brilliant. This is fucking brilliant. It is from Tech Pulse Review 1 million. You want to guess how many subscribers they have?
Is it a YouTube channel?
Yeah.
Is it more than us?
No.
Okay. Is it 7?
It's 7. Holy shit. How did you know that?
Hey, Jeff, I need you to hold up today's newspaper and an ID that says you are not Dan Thompson Bateria or Ryan Harp. We're about to get fucking Final Destination because of you assholes. Buy a Twister, maybe.
So this person's famous, Jack Blade Ray.
Yeah, Jack Blade Ray is famous.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry that I made a fake voice for them because now I feel like an asshole.
Well, they have a real voice. And honestly, listen, I don't think we should just blindly listen to reviewers like Jack Blade Ray or Ryan Harp or Dan Thompson Bateria, who are the same person. We're the new generation, and the authority of the review should be them, a different group, not them, and not the gaming website. Maybe us, honestly. I don't know.
Maybe listen to us. That'd be cool.
That kind of got away from me as I was saying it.
We should really just adopt a system where everybody gets to review. It doesn't matter how rich or poor you are. Everybody gets to.
A democracy of reviews? Shut your mouth.
No, I'm talking about communism of reviews.
Let's have a system where everyone gets the amount of money they need to be able to afford the things they want, and then they also don't have to pay for healthcare. What do you guys think of that? And then we can get to this review thing later.
So everyone gets healthcare and then $69.99 plus tax to buy Black Myth Wukong.
Right.
Yeah.
Cam, what do you think?
I do think it's a good idea.
Okay.
Okay, good. I'm glad we can settle on that.
Glad we can agree that we all want universal healthcare.
Yeah, no shit.
So are we getting this game or what's up?
I'm not sure.
I'm pro this game. I do think that it doesn't sound that choppy, honestly.
No, it sounds good to me.
I don't think your PC could run it, Kim.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. But wait, no, you can play it on GeForce Now. You could be the only person on planet Earth playing it on GeForce Now.
Yeah. But it's more like GeForce in a few minutes because it has to download all that.
Oh my fucking God, Jeff, you didn't have to.
But he did, didn't he?
He did.
Wait, show us give it to us, show.
Was that it?
It was very quiet.
No,
I'm
do
gonna
it
have to
again.
figure out
Nobody
the
heard
soundboard
it.
thing. Hey, I don't even know if that made it into the episode, if I'm being completely honest.
No, I
no
don't
one
think
knows
it
what I
did.
did.
No, I couldn't hear it.
I didn't hear
Well,
that.
whatever. Thank you for listening to Player 2. I hope you have enjoyed our mini jokes and goofs and such on video games. Black Myth Wukong. That sounds like it's a good game.
It does. I'm like it's overwhelmingly positively reviewed, and these people are all one guy saying they don't like it.
I do find a lot of positivity overwhelming.
It's very weird. Gamers aren't generally prone to positivity.
No, they are prone to heart disease,
Yeah.
but so are all of us. I mean, it's a silent killer. Got any genuine recommendations?
I've just been playing Honky Star Rail still,
Oh my God.
and
Fucking
Zenless
weeb.
Zone Zero as well.
Yes.
And,
God, you love that Zenless Zone Zero.
and
Are you afraid that post-nut clarity will destroy those games for you?
You know what? When I finally nut to one of them, I'll tell you.
But hey, how about don't? I don't need to know that. If you message me, hey, I think I'm done with Honkai Star Rail,
Yeah.
I'll throw my phone out a river.
No, it'll say like, "Hey, I think I'm done," and then 5 minutes later, it'll say with Honkai Star Rail. And then I've been playing a lot more Marvel Snap for some reason.
Tis the season.
Yeah,
Tis the season.
Marvel Snap. Look, I'll say it is what it is as far as a game that you can still buy stuff in, but they've made it so that one, you can do alliances. They've had a bunch of new features, and there's a lot more customization with your cards, which is very fun to do. Like you can get these borders that are like very animated and sparkly, and
Okay.
it's a very pretty. When you play it, like I sat down next to Danielle the other day, and I was just like, let me show you my fake digital cards that I collected, because they are. I think I put one in chat, didn't I?
That made us. Hey, Kim, you can agree that made us sad, right?
No, I think that it made me feel better about the time that I played Candy Crush Saga every single day for 3 years, and at one point I was stuck on the same level for over 60 days. I feel less bad about that.
I dropped one of the cards I got recently in the signal.
Let me take a look.
Oh, damn.
Whoa. Okay, now I will.
Are you on? Are you in it? Are you in it now?
Yeah. We're
you know
sold.
what?
We're
yeah.
sold.
Hey, Jeff, you were right and I was wrong.
Yeah.
Small head, big tits. That's all I needed to hear.
Yep.
Now, but they all have different. There's different artists and stuff.
Yeah,
That
but
one,
are their tits always
That's
that
the
big?
only one I want, though.
That's the only one I want.
I'll find more of the ones that have more features that Kim finds agreeable.
Tits and ass.
Yeah,
And great faces.
There are some of those, and those are the most expensive cards. But
And
yeah,
thighs. I like big thighs.
Okay, just all parts. Just say the parts of the entire body, Kim.
Yeah, I like all the parts of the body to be really big. Also the face.
Yeah,
and the
face.
hair. I like
Yeah,
big
the
hair.
Yeah. What about
And bright clothes.
The taint? A little in between.
Really long taint.
Okay, really.
Like very, very
I'll
stretched.
destroy the show. I will kill you both. I know where you live.
There was one more game I did start playing. And we did an episode that maybe I'll go back and edit it. I don't know. It's the Immortals of Avium.
Oh
shit.
We couldn't
Yeah.
remember the name of that show to save our lives.
How did
Yeah.
you remember it?
Because I remember most of the episodes we've done that have been lost to the ether.
If you remix Jeff's name, it's supposed to Immortals of Avium.
Yeah, but Immortals of Avium, pretty good.
Huh.
Yeah, a lot of production value for a game that's like from a pretty small team.
Cool.
I like
Yeah,
that.
I would recommend it. And Danielle is further than I am, actually.
Well,
Holy shit.
That's a glowing recommendation.
Yeah. Really, we don't even need to do like a podcast. We should just be like, hey Danielle, do you like this game? And she like thumbs up or thumbs down it.
Mm-hmm.
End of story.
Yeah, but she doesn't do a thumbs up and thumbs out physically. She'll text it. It's an
she'll
emote.
die if she moves her thumbs too hard. Because the gamer thumb.
She'll text it. It'll take her 2 years.
Yep.
So those are my recommendations.
Kim, what do you got?
Fallout 76. I wish I was playing it right now.
Fucking shit.
No, dude, they're so good. They've been doing so it's such a good co-op game.
Yeah.
They do all these new right now though. Actually, I will say that they are in the Mothman Equinox, and I don't particularly
What?
like that. You know what? If you know, you know, and
You
if you don't,
you fight the Mothman.
no, it's the Mothman. He's like a legendary creature. And,
I'm aware of what the Mothman is, Kim.
right, and so they do events, and right now the event is the Mothman Equinox, and every hour on the hour, they do this little event, and sometimes the events are really fun and silly, and you have to eat a bunch of hot dogs. But in this event,
Wait, Kim, eat a lot of what?
hot dogs,
Hot dogs?
hot dogs.
Hot dog.
Okay.
Anyway, this event not as fun. Still good. Still like playing it. Still like the co-oping aspect of the game. Really fun. But yeah, I'm gonna go play that as soon as we're done here.
Hell
Do they
yes.
do they talk about the prophecies, the Mothman prophecies at all?
Yeah, they
Yeah.
do.
Yeah, they do.
Okay.
And he's really annoying about it. He's like, and we need to light the thing so the Mothman will come. Anyway, Joe, what are you playing?
I have played and finished a game called The Operator. It is a game where you are at the computer of someone at a fake government agency called the FBI.
The fake dick institution.
You're basically like if you've ever watched like a movie of like X-Files or whatever, you're one of the lone gunmen where you're back at the computer typing out information and hacking, shit like that. It's very good. It's very short, but it's a very good game. If you've played Hypnospace Outlaw, you would like it.
We've all played Hypnospace Outlaw, so why do you even ask that question?
Have we all played Hypnospace Outlaw?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to get to it.
Yeah, I
sure.
mean, I have it. It's on my planned games.
Yeah, Hypnospace Outlaw whips ass. The other game, actually, it's not a game. It's a television program I started watching yesterday. Is Inside Job. If you haven't seen it, I think it was canceled after like a season.
Like most things.
Oh yeah, this is very Rick and Morty.
Yeah, I've seen that. It's where it's like if you played what was the game Control? It's like
it's produced by Alex Hirsch though.
I watched it. I couldn't really get into it. The humor didn't hit with me immediately. So I didn't give it a lot of time. So
I'd say give it a watch. I found it enjoyable. Yeah. Ron Funches plays the Mothman.
I like Ron Funches.
Oh, I do love
Kim likes Mothman.
And I just said I'm neutral on Mothman.
That's all I got. So thank you for listening to us, everybody. Give us a nice review on your podcast of choice. And Jeff, how about one final review?
Here's the problem: is there's only one short one sentence review in here. It's not.
Let's make one up.
All right.
Just Google it, man.
All right. Last review from Google user Jim Sword John. Very Chinese art style among goblin type.
I think Jeff may be Dan Thompson, the Terry, and Ryan Harp. He's all of them.
Very Chinese art style among goblin type. I've heard that.
Extremely Chinese art style.
In the wind. My name is JoJo.
My name is Jeff.
And my name is Kim, and Twisters and CGI Cows are my real mom and dad. And you have been listening to Listen to Player 2.
Was there any CGI cows in it?
No, but there was a real life chicken. Spoilers.
You don't know it was a real life chicken.
I do.
That's what I see on the strip club I go to. Real live chickens, XXX, and it's just chicken strips.